More of the same would have been just fine with the 10,000 plus crowd inside Easter Road, and they weren't to be disappointed. Also enjoying the entertainment was our commentator, Rob McLean.
Alec McLeish was a happier Hibs manager with their showing in the 2-2 draw with Motherwell last Saturday, and sticks with the same team. Fullbacks Michael Rennick and Paul Lovering are still injured, so Matthias Jack and Tom Smith play on either side of Sean Dennis and teenager Mark Dempsey at the back. 3-goal Dirk Lehmann stays on the bench with Mixu Patalainen up front alongside young Kenny Miller. Russell Latapi is one of Scottish football's most skillful players, but he's been told to up his work rate. Another incomer starts for Dundee for the first time. Spaniard Roberto Matute used to play alongside Dundee United's Joaquim Ferraz in Portugal. His introduction is one of 4 changes to the Dundee team, which lost the Tayside derby last Sunday. Willie Miller returns after injury. Frank Van Eyck and Hugh Robertson are recalled. Missing from this lineup are Lee Madison, who's injured, Sean McSkimming and Eddie Anand, who are on the bench, and James Grady, who's out altogether. Striker Willie Faulkner has 9 goals already this season. And the referee at Easter Road is Dougie Smith. Hibs start a match between two teams who could both get sucked into relegation trouble in the Scottish Premier League if they're not careful, and both warned during the midweek as Aberdeen began to pick up points, and these two not far away. Hibs won a lot of plaudits early in the season for the football they played, as Mixu Patalainen bustles his way through, and with just 25 seconds gone, the former Aberdeen and Dundee United striker is a threat to Robert Douglas. His strength got him through, and the shot wasn't too far wide. Hibs have won just once this season, and that was against Dundee back in the 8th of August. Long ball from Stephen Tweed, which finds Matute offside. Tom Smith for Patalainen. The knockdown chased by Brebner. Van Eyck for Faulkner. Headed away by Dempsey. Wilkie had to stretch. Matthias Jack pushing forward. And wins the corner kick. Waited his moment. And then played it off Hugh Robertson. Corner kick quickly taken. In from Grant Brebner. And Pat McGinley tried to win the far post header. He has won a corner kick. After a corner kick on the right, now one on the left. Jack and Dennis both up in the penalty box. Frank Soze just outside. Tom Smith. That's for Mixu Patalainen's head. And what a good save by Robert Douglas to deny Kenny Miller. The strike pairing linking up well here. Miller was waiting when Patalainen's header came back across, and a good instinctive stop from Douglas. The header was heading in under the crossbar. Corner number 3 in quick succession. And this time, Latapi's delivery behind the goal line. Danger over for Dundee. Sean Dennis, decisive. Mark Dempsey, one of 3 19-year-olds on the pitch. knocking the ball around with a fair degree of confidence. Soze's assured touch. Wilkie with a reasonable height advantage over Kenny Miller. Only about a foot in it. Jack with Latapi heading up ahead. Followed by Van Eyck. And hammered out by Hugh Robertson. It took two to stop the threat of Latapi. Jack's throw. Patalainen beaten. Soze, Latapi, Wilkie, and Stephen Tweed got it clear. Dundee with a chance to put the ball towards the Hibs penalty box. Lee Wilkie aiming for Faulkner. Mark Dempsey slipped, and Willie Faulkner with a chance, and Dundee with the opening goal. 6 minutes gone. Roberto Matute looked as if he might have got the last touch. Willie Faulkner claimed it as well. After Dempsey's slip had let in the Dundee striker, he squared it, and it looked as if Matute got the final touch. Dempsey's slip here was crucial. Willie Faulkner slipped in behind the Hibs defence. It was heading into the net by the looks of it, but Roberto Matute certainly claiming it as strongly as Faulkner, who thought he'd hit double figures for the season. It's Matute's goal, 1-0 Dundee. Brebner for Miller, and Lee Wilkie forced into conceding a corner kick. Two of the youngsters on the pitch. Wilkie 19, Miller just 20. Latapi's corner. Kept in by Frank Soze. A dangerous ball whipped across the goal mouth. Dundee let it run, and that could have been dangerous. Patalainen was closest for Hibs, but it bounced away from him. Jack beat Faulkner. Mixie Patalainen the target. Stephen Tweed let it run through. Chucky Scott and Jimmy Bone couldn't have asked for much more from their team. Soze layoff for Jack. Gets it back from Brebner. It's for Pat McGinley and Kenny Miller. What a good effort that was. It was well anticipated by Robert Douglas and well held as well. Second attempt from Miller at opening the scoring. He got the winner in August in that amazing 4-3 game, and again the youngster goes close. Tried to guide this into the far corner, well saved. Robertson. Faulkner's header down. Gavin Ray. The shot tugged wide. Again Hibs struggling to get to Willie Faulkner. And this time the chance fell for Ray. Mixer Patalainen. Kenny Miller holds it up. His pass was cut out by Hugh Robertson. Jack from Miller. The other Miller, Willie, who cleared it. suit Russell Latipi. He's got the better of Frank van Eyss. Turns it back for Kenny Miller. Shot blocked. It was Lee Sharp who got in the way of it. The third chance of the match already for Miller. In from Jack, and an easy catch for Rob Douglas. But another chance coming the way of young Kenny Miller, fashioned by the skill and the persistence as well of Latipi. It was behind McGinley, and the shot from Miller blocked by Sharp. It's a blatant push by Tweed on Brebner. Brebner, a poor free kick. Dundee can't get it properly cleared. Latipi left by Miller. Now it's Kenny Miller! That's the goal that's been coming for Kenny Miller. 3 chances before that one, and finally the ball ends up in the back of the net. His 3rd goal of the season. And the man who was the match winner in Hibs' last game against Dundee puts them on level terms here. Lovely link-up, great touch from Pat McGinley, and the driven effort from Miller. Douglas got a hand to it, but he couldn't keep it out. He's so quick, Kenny Miller. His pace got him away, and this time the ball ends up in the back of the net. Obstruction by Wilkie on Miller, and this will be a yellow card for the man who saw red against Rangers at Dens Park recently, and obviously alarmed at the pace and the threat which comes from Miller. Grant Brebner, Tweed slipped, Patalainen couldn't get hold of it. Ray back to Mark Slater. Five minutes left in the first half. Brebner aimed at Latipi, Robertson slipped. Jack needs a good ball in for Hibs, and Latipi turns it into the net. And maybe that's an answer to his critics who say he doesn't work hard enough on the pitch. He's always had the ability, and he gives Hibs a 2-1 lead. Perfect timing on the shot. He used the pace of the ball in from Jack and just turned it away from Robert Douglas, and the despairing dive from the Dundee keeper was never going to keep that out. It's 2-1 Hibs. Patalainen won the header, in goes Kenny Miller. Was he blocked? Dougie Smith waves away the claims. Lee Sharp breathes a sigh of relief as again Miller threatened, and he was certainly held back by Sharp. Hibs didn't get a free kick there, but they've got one here, and in just the sort of range that Frank Sauzet likes. Lots of blue shirts between Sauzet and Douglas. And not far away from Sauzet. Not happy that this didn't end up in the back of the net. He's got so much in his repertoire, Sauzet. He can blast them, he can flick them, he can curl them. This one's so close to the top corner. From Miller to Brebner. Also Latipi. Maybe maybe being a bit over elaborate. Now it's played in, and Wilkie gets it clear. That's half time. Hibs leads by 2-1. Russell Latapi, who's having more and more of an influence on this match, is the player whose goal separates the sides at half time. This was goal number 1. It was Dundee who struck with really their first attack, and it was Willie Faulkner who played the ball across, and Roberto Matute who got the last touch for his first Dundee goal. The equaliser came just after the half-hour. Lovely exchange involving McGinley, and it was Kenny Miller who supplied the finish. First with the dummy, then the run in behind, and a lovely effort. He failed with 3 attempts earlier on, and this is the goal which gives Hibs the half-time lead. Played in by Matthias Jack and just guided away from Robert Douglas by Russell Latapi. 7 goals when these two last met, 3 so far. Hibs 2, Dundee 1. A substitution right at the start of the second half. Eddie Anand is on as a replacement for the Dundee goalscorer Roberto Matute, who took a knock in the first half, and he hasn't re-emerged. Dundee get the game back underway. They've won 3 times this season against Aberdeen, Kilmarnock and Motherwell. They got off to a flyer here, but since then Hibs have worked their way back and went in at half-time with the upper hand. Pat McGinley having a look at what's available. Through it goes for Kenny Miller. So is a superb passer of the ball. Jack Brebner knocked over the top to where there was not one Hibs player. Stephen Tweed intercepted by Pat McGinley, knocks it in front of Kenny Miller. He's got real pace, couldn't find the finish, disappointed with himself there, the youngster. You can see him there beginning the run, picked out by Pat McGinley, and what he was trying to do was lift that over Douglas. McGinley, Latapi, the ball immediately under control. Angled ball from Miller. In behind Wilkie, and claims for a penalty kick. A corner kick is the outcome here. Another lightning burst of pace. Wilkie always in trouble, and that was a good claim for a penalty kick. In from Latapi, the corner kick, headed back in. Chances opening up. Jack's effort blocked. Brebner in. McGinley couldn't quite get there with his head. Plucked out of the air by Robert Douglas. Hibs piling on the pressure. And the Dundee defence was being sorely stretched here. Smith for Patalainen. That's a free kick in a very dangerous position conceded by Lee Wilkie. He's not happy about the decision. Stephen Tweed having a word with Dougie Smith as well. He goes, this is right up the street for either Latapi or Soze. This could be a big moment for Rob Douglas. Dundee already 2-1 down. It's Soze! And it's 3-1. Brilliant from the Frenchman. Being urged to stop the celebrations, but he's going to take some stopping. There was no stopping the shot from the free kick. Powerfully hit, powerfully placed, and Robert Douglas was always going to be picking this one out of the back of the net. The moment that free kick was conceded, you felt Dundee were in real trouble, and Soze scores his 3rd goal of the season for Hibs. Jack for Brebner. from Mark Dempsey. Tom Smith onto it. Hartley's lay off, and Latapi. Another good effort from Russell Latapi. This didn't really seem to be set up at all for a left foot volley, but that's the way he took it. Saved by Douglas. Faulkner's header chased by Anand. Lost by Soze to Willie Faulkner. Stephen Boyack. Good challenge by Dempsey. Elliott. Boyack. Blocked by McGinley. And Tom Smith played that off Elliott for the throw. That's something to notice, a pass that goes astray. Gavin Ray, Willie Faulkner alongside, and Willie Faulkner pulls a goal back, hits double figures for the season. That's number 10, and Dundee have new hope from 3-1 down to 3-2. Gavin Ray takes credit for forcing his way through, and Ollie Skulkson will not be impressed that Willie Faulkner beat him at his near post. Faulkner's effort flies in, 3-2. Renewed hope for Jockey Scott with 16 minutes of the match left. It's all gone a bit quiet at Easter Road. These Hibs supporters who felt fairly comfortable at 3-1, not quite so comfortable now at 3-2. Wayman couldn't quite keep that in. Jack beating Anand. Latapi. Still Russell Latapi. Oh, that's brilliant! His second goal of the game, and the fans' favourite. Makes them breathe a little easier. This always looked menacing for Dundee. Just waited his moment, waited to see a glimmer of space, and then drove the ball away from Douglas. 2 for Latapi and 4-2 for Hibs with 11 minutes of the match left. Latapi probing again at Dundee. Lehman having his shirt pulled by Lee Wilkie. He'll have to beware, and Dundee will certainly have to beware here with another set piece possibility for Hibs just outside the area. And the good news for Dundee and Robert Douglas is that Frank Soze is currently sitting in the dugout, but the bad news is Russell Latapi's still on the field and fancying a hat-trick. And so close to getting it as well. Denied by the fingertips of Douglas. Again, expert technique from Latapi, and this was dipping in at the foot of that far post until the Scotland squad keeper flung himself across to touch it away. Latapi's involvement continues with the corner kick, and Sean Dennis's header skimmed just inches too high. Hibs threatening to make it 5, and that just brushed the net on the way over. The Hibs old boy, Stephen Tweed, getting a hot reception from some of the Easter Road supporters. Hartley for Pat McGinley, and there'll be big trouble here for Lee Wilkie, and he's sent off again. He saw a red card against Rangers for some reckless tackles in the midfield, and having already been booked, there was only one outcome here after that wild lunge. against Pat McGinley. Latterby with the free kick, and a chance for Pat McGinley, well saved, but it's Dirk Lehmann who scores his fourth goal for Hibs, and he's had a long wait since the third one. It's 5-2, and Lehmann's last goal came in the 4-3 win against Dundee. That was on the 8th of August, and this is a sweet one for Lehmann and a sweet one for Hibs as well. After McGinley was thwarted, it was quick thinking on the ground from Lehmann, and with 2 minutes of stoppage time played, it's now 5-2. 3 minutes of stoppage time played. Free kick given against Latterby. Russell Latterby, the star man, and Hibs have 3 points, only their second league win of the season, and both have now come against Dundee. 4-3 it was at Dens Park in August, at Easter Road in October. 5-2 the final scoreline. Dirk Lehmann put the icing on the cake after Latterby had scored twice. Frank Sosie and Kenny Miller on the mark as well. Willie Faulkner and Roberto Matute scored for Dundee, and this takes Hibs a little bit clearer of the relegation area of the Scottish Premier League. The final score at Easter Road, 7 goals, 5-2 to Hibs.